on the subject, Feeling is the Secret,
by Neville Lancelot Goddard.
made me think about Lakoff and Johnson's discussion of metaphor as a vehicle for understanding. Metaphor helps a human being to understand the truth. Mr. Goddard, he uses a beautiful metaphor relating to the Bible. Apparently, he wrote on the Bible, and this is about the secret, the idea of believing and somehow achieving your dreams. The whole idea of the subconscious thought become conscious. And he used the metaphor, a passage related to the wife is submissive, but he associated metaphorically the wife as being the subconscious as a female, the husband as the conscious. It brought to mind Lakoff and Johnson's discussion of the use of metaphor as a vehicle for understanding. Putting in that perspective reminded me of Dan Brown's Origin. In the beginning, he explains that everything was explained by the creation of a myth or of a god. There was always an explanation. And when you think of a god, you metaphorically put yourself, your own image, in the position of a creator of everything. It's always the image of the most powerful. The usual image would be of a white man. So everything is a projection, metaphorically, of the human, most dominant, most powerful mind. Mr. Goddard. So he used beautifully the metaphor related to the Bible. And I'm thinking about the secret, the subconscious power that you have to create reality, anything that you want. And it's preached by a lot of people. And I'm thinking it started through evidence. Like no one comes up with this. And most of these ideas are sold through positive evidence. The idea of successful people, people who tried and made it. Obviously, behind every successful stories, you cannot imagine how many people in places like New York struggle with their dreams, and they all have faith in something. Like Jack from Will and Grace. You have successful stories and you have people who struggle. But you hear the story of the positive evidence and it makes sense. I'm not contesting, right? And what did I say before? We all have dreams and we're all working towards the realization. And we maybe through the perspective of metaphor, and it's just a projection of what a person believes to be the cause of that. Because if you say, no, it's just cause and consequence and the state of things, and conveniently everything becomes like what you are working for, right? Somehow you go for your dreams, and it depends on how brave or what motivates you to go after what your heart desires. So you look in the Bible, you use a metaphor to associate the idea. The subconscious, it's the wife. You metaphorically explain a situation of success, or at least of a personal, right? So you put that metaphorically. That's what brought to mind Lakoff and Johnson's argument that metaphor is a vehicle for understanding. So everything, it's a metaphor. You create a myth. You create a myth. You create a myth.